former chess champ who tackled the president over travel ban and won. Bob Ferguson looks like the man least likely to go into battle with the president, but their David and Goliath encounter has stopped Donald Trump in his tracks. A U.S. appeals court has dismissed Donald Trump's attempt to have his travel ban immediately reinstated. The Washington state attorney general and former chess champion filed the challenge to Mr. Trump's travel ban from Seattle last Monday, after the ban triggered protests across the U.S. On Friday, that complaint saw a federal judge freeze the implementation of the president's executive order, meaning thousands of previously banned people are able to travel and from the country. The president was understandably furious, saying the so-called judge had taken law enforcement away from the country and insisting his ridiculous decision would be overturned. But a federal appeals court turned down the White House's emergency request to resume the order, which stops citizens of 7 predominantly Muslim countries from entering the U.S. Mr. Ferguson, a keen mountain climber and bird watcher, has become the first person to get results by suing the president in a daring strategy to rein in the billionaire businessman. The Washington state AG decided Mr. Trump's immigration ban was unlawful and unconstitutional and unfairly targeted Muslims. But the 51-year-old hit upon a different and bolder approach to the problem to that used by other predominantly Democratic states. Instead of using individual cases to challenge the order, he drafted a complaint arguing that the ban would damage the whole of Washington state. The opinion of the so-called judge, which essentially takes law enforcement away from our country, is ridiculous and will be overturned. The judge opens up our country to potential terrorists and others that do not have our best interests at heart. Bad people are very happy. Just cannot believe a judge would put our country in such peril. If something happens, blame him in court system. People pouring in. Bad. Bob's trump card. In an ingenious move, Mr. Ferguson enlisted the help of tech giants Expedia and Amazon, while Microsoft said it was also willing to testify if necessary. Our employees come to us from every corner of the United States and every corner of the world, Amazon, which employs 40,000 people in the state, said in a statement. We believe this is one of the things that makes Amazon great. A diverse workforce helps us build better products for customers. The retailer said the order had immediately and negatively impacted employees, dependents of employees, and candidates for employment with Amazon. It said 49 employees were born in the countries in question, and 2 do not have citizenship in any other country. 7 more candidates born in Iraq have been offered jobs with Amazon, and the company is now looking at other countries in which they could be placed. A senior Amazon lawyer who was born in Libya but is a citizen of the UK was told to cancel a visit to the US planned for this month, and an Iranian director whose film, distributed by Amazon Studios, has an Oscar nomination is unable to go to the ceremony. Travel booking firm Expedia, which employs 3,500 people in Washington, said it was crucial that Expedia hired talent from around the world to provide a broad spectrum of insights, ideas and perspective to the travel services and destinations that it offers, and that at least 2 employees in Washington were now at risk if they traveled. It said 1,000 customers holding passports from the 7 countries had already booked flights to, from, or through the U.S. and the company was being forced to spend money researching and assisting them. Expedia believes that the executive order jeopardizes its corporate mission and could have a detrimental impact on its business and employees, as well as the broader U.S. and global travel and tourism industry, it wrote. I believe in calculated risk. The Attorney General's legal strategy was largely untested, but he told the New York Times, I am someone who believes in calculated risk, and when it comes to the constitutional rights of my people, the people I represent, I'm prepared to take a calculated risk on their behalf." His 14-page complaint quotes some of Mr. Trump's campaign statements, including his pledge of a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States, as evidence the order was motivated by animus and a desire to harm a particular group. It said 79 non-citizen immigrants in Washington state are from the targeted countries,